Hello, dear ones. I am Eleonora from the channel The Awakening Path, and I have a very special guest with us today. She is multi-talent, multi-gifted, and you're gonna understand in just a little while what I mean with that. Her name is Archanaa. She channels raw truth, Catholic precision, and multidimensional insight to initiate rapid transformation across the planes of body, business, and being. She is the creatrix behind the sacred golden temple process, a living portal that waves together medical intuition, sacred space alchemy, shamanic jewelry, elemental astrology, crystalline architecture, energy activations, and sound frequencies. Align with your divine design and move forward with ease and grace. That's what you can expect if you use Archanaa's services and gifts. It will enable you to transmute limited ancestral imprints, release chronic health patterns, unlock suppressed soul gifts, and open doors to your inner temple. Awaken your natal elemental power. Activate your home's energy for abundance and love. And she wrote an amazing, extraordinary book called Unshakable You. And just today, she launched the Audible book, the version in audio that I already bought, and I was listening just before we started.
Oh,
And
thank
with
you.
her permission, we're gonna listen for a minute. But now, please join me to welcome Archanaa. Welcome to the Awakening Path.
Thank you, Eleonora. So good to see you too. And thank you for having me. And thank you for everyone who's joining us. Thank you for sharing your time and space. Look forward to the unfolding this evening. So here we go.
Every time, all the guests that come here, I always ask them to give a gift for you that is watching. And in the end of this life, Archana will gift us with a chant of mantras to open our hearts. So if you wanted to just stay tuned, and she also has some gifts, a promotion that she can offer to us for each one that is interested in using her services. And before we start, if you enjoy, every week I'm trying to bring to you, get you to know one person, one star seed that's already in alignment with their mission, that is awakened and work to bring you to also activation and free you from the limited belief of surrender to fear. While our true nature is love, and everything that we want in life is in love. So that's why every week I try to bring somebody here to you so you can see that there is another way, there is other options, and we are all here open, waiting to exchange our energy with you. Let's get to know a little bit about Archana. Archana, how would you describe your spiritual awakening, and how you get to do what you're doing today?
That's a great question. And it kind of summarizes the story of my life in its own way. Um, I will say about 20 years ago would be a good timeline to look at. I feel like I've been on this journey, on this path forever, like most of us, many lifetimes, many decades, and everything else in between. My mom passed away more than 10 years ago, and even 10, 12 years before she passed, she had a lot of different health issues, each one leading to something more complicated. And I saw her kind of go down that slope very early on. And simultaneously, I was having my own health issues. I had intermittent asthma, I had new moon headaches, I had issues with my back. I was this close to getting diagnosed with prescription for my thyroid. I was challenged with the weight issues that wouldn't go away after my daughter was born. So there were a lot of things going on for myself. And I could see that there is a parallel path going on, that if I didn't do something, probably history would repeat itself, was something I got. And even though I didn't know at that time if my intuition was working or not, I knew one thing, that the body can heal itself if you just give it a chance. That's all I knew. And I was always looking for alternate ways of working on stuff. And I was on somebody's newsletter, and that lady offered a free session on behalf of somebody else. Right. So it's like, oh, what do I lose? It's just a free session after all. So I went for it, and I experienced a shift right on the phone. Now, this was just on the phone. There was no Zoom back then. We're talking 20 years ago. No Zoom, no iPhone, no none of those, just good old, cell phone, but very, very preliminary kind of cell phone. So I experienced the shift on the phone. And in that moment, I thought, wow, if I could learn something like this, I could help so many people out there. So that was my aha moment. And then she specialized in medical intuition, which is about healing the body, overcoming health issues. So it was like the perfect match. And then I said, hey, I really would like to learn this as well. I don't know if I have any intuition or not, but I would like to learn. So she said, sure. The next time I do training, I'll let you know. And so a few months later, she reached out and she said, hey, I'm doing my next training. Would you like to try? And I went, I don't know if my intuition is working. I don't know if I can do this. Uh, so on and so forth, the usual stuff. And she goes, it's okay. Why don't you give it a shot? If it doesn't work, you can just let it go and move on. I said, that's worth a try in itself.
Mm.
So that's how I got started, basically. And it was so perfect because she is in the East Coast, and she would do the classes late in the afternoon, again by phone. So I would listen through my lunch break, which was exactly on time. So I would use my lunch break to listen to the classes and eat at my desk. So this happened for many, many months. And I attended all the group classes for all these months. And when I graduated and had my one on one with her, she said, oh, by the way, you're at 95% accuracy. I was like, oh, how did that
Oh,
happen? So it was kind of,
surprise.
it was startling for me because I was actually struggling. I thought my intuition wasn't working, and everybody in the group call was either like seeing stuff or hearing messages. I didn't see or hear anything. So I went, how's that possible? I said. And she said, how did you get all the information? I said, I couldn't see, I couldn't hear like everybody else. And she said, how did you get information? I said, I kind of felt it in my body, or I would just know the numbers that would come through. She said, those are forms of intuition. And I went, I wish somebody had said, I didn't say this, but I wish somebody had said there are many forms of intuition, right? And that would have made my entire journey so much more enjoyable. So that was like the starting point. And soon after that, I did Reiki and a few other things along the way, but that was the real starting point. And the thing I want to share with this whole thing here is, when somebody believes in you when you don't think you have a gift, that is a game changer. And I've seen that with many of my mentors that have shown up along the way. believing in me at points when I didn't think I had it. And that has changed everything. So that's what I like to do for my people as well, is like, let me hold that vision for you. Let me hold the space of what I see. And everybody that has come my way, whether as my teachers or as my people, it's holding that space of possibility of transformation of what is really possible. So that, in a sense, is a summary. And I will say along the way, um, I've always been my own guinea pig.
Hmm.
So everything that I've learned, I have experimented pretty much on me. So I've been able to come out of a lot of the health issues that I had, even when I started. Some healed very quickly, some took time. So that's another thing I learned along the way, is you can only move as fast as you're ready. And
Yeah.
even though we don't have patience sometimes, and we want to like, I want it now, but if the body is not ready, well, hello, you have to give it some space and time. So it just varies every single time. And yeah, I mean, it's just the beginning, and then once you get started, you can't stop. So that's where we are.
Well, as I told you guys, she's very gifted and she did it for me a goddess activation. So tell us a little bit about the goddess, your connection with the goddess.
That's a subject that's super close to my heart. So thank you for bringing that up. So I've been channeling the goddess for more than 10 years, very, very connected. Um, Many goddesses have come to me through different meditations that I've been going through. I mean, a lot of it just sometimes has just been sitting around or meditating on my own, and then there's a connection that comes through, and it's the beginning of a new relationship, so to speak, right? So a lot of goddesses have come that way. I've also been initiated into some of the priestess
Can you
methodologies,
give
so to
us
speak.
some names of the goddess?
Sure. One of the very first ones that came to me was Kuan Yin. Um, in one of the meditations, I've also been very connected to Isis. I have felt that personal initiation happen with her, especially in terms of a lot of the ceremonial work that I do, in terms of the activations and a lot of channeling that comes. There's a lot of her presence in my healing work for sure. And my upbringing, I come from a very traditional conservative Hindu upbringing, I will say, and that did give me very strong foundations in connection with the whole faith itself, and especially to the different goddesses that we have back there. You will see two of them right here behind me. Two of my very favorite ones from the very beginning. I'm absolutely connected to them. I've also been very connected to Athena in many different ways. In fact, a lot of these goddess activations happen through different birds and animals. I will say the spirit animals have brought me closer to a lot of the goddess energies I've been working with. In fact, a lot of times it's the birds that have come first and then the goddess has come, which is kind of wild in its own way. For example, for Athena, a few years ago, I was driving my car. This is broad daylight, like probably middle of the afternoon or something, and a white owl just flies right in front of my car. It's not an area for owls where I lived at that time, nor do you see owls flying around like in the middle of the day, that to the white ones. And then I was like, oh, this is so pretty, and I know it's an owl. Wonder what it is, right? So then I sit with it, and um, it's fascinating how some of these unfold, because I go, I wonder what the association of that whole thing is. And then as I sit with it, I have this connection with Athena. And then the more I research, the more I connect, I go, oh, the owl has the power to see in the night. So it's about seeing what is unseen,
Hmm.
right? That's a big message that came through. And then Athena is all about strategic. creativity. And yes, she's the goddess of war, but from a strategic perspective, a creative perspective, not pure bloodshed kind of thing. So there was this whole facet there. And even with Isis, when I went through a lot of my initiations, after that, we had gone to Yosemite, not Yosemite, Yellowstone. I don't know why I mixed those
Yes.
two up. Yellowstone National Park, and we had gone with another family at that time. Everybody's doing their own thing. I'm just standing near one of the hot springs, not knowing what to do, and I just look up, and there's a huge bird that's literally like swirling around where I am, literally above me. I can't see much. It's very hot. And then I'm looking at it. I look down after a few, and then I look up. Still there, like, must have been 20, 30 minutes. I could see some of the features, but she was so high up there, I couldn't tell what exactly it is. And I'm going, what bird is that? Like, wow, it's so gorgeous. I had no idea. So I come back home and I'm like Googling, right? How can I figure out a bird that I don't know what it's called, right? So I'm like trying to
Yes.
describe to Google, like bird with this, bird with that. And then a few days later, I'm Googling again because I want to know. And finally, I see a glimpse of something and I go, yeah, that's the bird. And I look at it, it's the red-tailed hawk.
Mm.
And Isis is super associated with the hawk and the snake, right? So it's like, oh, wow. So it's like all these connections. And even with uh, Shakti, I've always referred to the main goddess energy as Shakti. I call her the creatrix, the primordial divine feminine that combines the masculine and feminine energies. Because when they're in balance, that's when there's, beauty and balance all at the same time. So I've been channeling her for more than 10 years. I feel super connected, and there are times I've felt that energy flow through me and around me. Um, Very, very tangible energies. And for the longest time, um, it was very subtle, very strong, and still very subtle, very much in the background. And then in the last few months, so many more goddess activations came through, um, and I've also done it in several sessions in the past, like you have mentioned, but I never really like put it out there as the main focus of my work, right? And in the last few months, so many things have happened, including my major surgery I went through. And then it has become loud and clear that goddess work is going to be the front and center of everything I do going forward. All the work is rolling into that. And at the end of the day, when we balance the divine feminine and the sacred masculine, that's when there is true harmony.
Real
And
healing happen.
exactly. So everything is now goddess work.
Let me ask you, you say that you channel then many people doesn't know what channel is, people that watch my videos. How you describe that channel? Do you see them, you hear them, or just feel, or just a knowing?
It has become a combination of several things over the years. So when I started and I mentioned about the class I went through, that time my sensing was the strongest. I would feel the whole body, yes, like a chill going through. And then I strengthened my knowing muscle. I just know, right? So now knowing is my strongest of the whole lot. And over the years, as I've been doing sessions, especially when I'm in a session with a client in that beautiful sacred space that we create together, I do get visions. Very rarely do I hear. One of the few times I ever heard something is what I've shared in my book, where I really got my wake up call, like loud and clear. That was one of the few times I
When
heard.
you hear, did you hear with your own voice or was somebody else's voice?
It didn't feel like any voice, but it was loud in like loud enough that it would not go away.
I see.
So so just coming back to your point, so for me, the connection and the information is the strongest is my knowing. Like I know and I sense the energies, I feel the goddess, I feel the divine energies. I also will get visuals like a little picture sometimes will come through. And when I'm in deep meditations, I get colors. And when I'm actually clearing and activating stuff for clients, a lot of times some scenery kind of thing will play from a lifetime that makes no sense to me, but it is very relevant for the session that I'm doing. I'll get a like a little snapshot of something that happened, or um, a little picture of where something might have potentially happened. So it's easy for me then to just grab the energy from that and connect it to what's going on. So it's easy to clear. A lot of times, things will come where people, if they've been forced into some kind of a contract, or they gave up their power for something, sometimes I'll just get a vision of where that could have been. And that's when I will bring in the divine energies. I can also connect. To any place, anywhere on the planet. So when we do healing for the client, we are also sending energies to the place where it happened. So both are getting healed at the same time. That way we release the trauma from the land as well, which is another favorite thing of mine, to work with the land, among other things.
Oh,
So yes, coming back to your question, whether it's just the goddess or any divine energy, I've always called it my divine family. I feel like there's so many gorgeous energies out there. And when I bring in my client, they have their divine teams coming in. So it's just that whole connection and sensing, and it just flows through. And one other thing I will mention, to your point, on how do people know they're channeling versus not. Over the years, I've found that there are three voices. This is my experience, right? One is the ego, second is the mind, and third is the intuition. Right? So there's typically three voices going on. Nothing is right or wrong, but just their volume and the way they speak is so different. So when we start identifying, we'll know. Like ego, right, is always coming from that place of I'm always right. I'm the boss, better listen to me. It's very like overpowering, right? Like that's the voice of the ego. It's not always bad. There's good and bad ego, which we can go to in a little bit later. So there's that ego. Mind is always trying to keep us safe. Like fear is a primary driver in the mind, right? Oh, what if this happens again? What if there's a tiger in that corner? What if you get eaten by that? Whatever. So there's what if it doesn't work this time? Oh, you tried all these times and that's the mind. So you know how the mind speaks. And then intuition is the softest of the lot. And it takes some work to have the other two quieten so we can actually listen to intuition,
yes.
right? So and then the other beautiful thing about the intuitive voice is it's never going to force you or say, do this or else. Like, that's not how intuition speaks. It's always very gentle, very compassionate. It's more like it offers a choice or it's asking a question. It's an invitation. I think that's the best word I can say. Intuition is always like an invitation. Like, would you be willing to consider this? It's like so polite. Like, I've never had it come and say either do this or do that. Whereas my mind is like, hey, you failed last time. And you go, no, I don't think that's right. I have a better idea.
And the reason for that is your intuition. Actually, intuition means come from spirit.
Hmm.
Your intuition comes from your higher self, your spirit guides, angels, archangels, and all this team respect free will.
Yeah.
So they want you to decide with love or fear. Archana, I think that's a good moment. Are you going to offer a discount for your sessions today for whoever come across this video? And we can put a timeline because the video being YouTube for a long time.
Right, right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the best way is if people schedule a connect call with me, I can always offer them a special package when they mention this. And I say that because if we want to do deeper work, I always like to connect with people first. So I understand what is it that they're looking for and how best can I support them, right? So if it is deeper work, I always like to connect first. And then when they mention that they, found me through your video here, we can definitely work something better, of course.
Okay, just
Absolutely.
say, just say you found Archana on the awakening path, and she'll give
Yeah.
you a discount.
Yes, and I'm not really, I mean, timelines are fine because different
Okay.
people, get ready at different times, and I may
Okay.
not be
So
offering the
10
same
years
thing.
from now, if you mention the awakening path, she'll give you a discount.
Why not? Like, I mean,
Yes, why not? So let's move to the next subject because there is many. You are also an astrologer, and you did some astrology for me. We're kind of exchanging service. I'm an energy healer also through Reiki and connection with the archangels, higher self, and so on, and channeling through automatic writing. So I'm doing exchange with Fortune. That's why I can tell you that her services really are amazing and work. How you get into astrology?
every one of these gifts has just been a story in itself. 3, 4, maybe like, let's say 5 years ago, if I were to look back, I really didn't understand much of astrology. I mean, I knew the sun signs from the longest time, but when it comes to the symbols or the houses and all of that, it was just like whatever, not me kind of thing was going on. And then something just tempted me to start tracking my energy in the lunar transits because it's such a short window, right? Let me explain what I'm trying to say. The moon goes through all the 12 zodiac signs in about 28 to 29 days. It kind of goes the full house, as they say. And the energy varies for each one of us depending on where the moon is. So I was invited, so to speak, to just play with that, and I said, okay, why not? If I miss one month, I have another month to catch up, or if I miss a couple zodiac signs this month, I can track it next month. So I started doing that for a few months, and I started to see a pattern that, oh, when the moon is here, I feel better. Oh, when the moon is here, I'm a little emotional. Oh, when the moon is here, I'm not very social at all. So I just started to understand me. And then I went, oh, there's something here. And I will say I have been kind of in and out of astrology in the past because some things work, some things didn't work. And I was like, this thing doesn't work. And then as I started doing this, and then there were a couple other transits that happened in my life that it was like I came to know towards the end of it. And then when I read about it, so much was true that I said, oh, I wish I knew about this, or if I wish somebody had told me that this is what's coming up. So think of astrology as like signs on the road, especially when you're driving in like unfamiliar terrain, or let's say you're driving in a mountainous, snow-filled area, right? And then something says sharp curve ahead. I'm like, oh, okay, slow down a little bit and then take the turn. Or it says, there's construction going on ahead, or there's a dip and then you pick up again. Just knowing that will help us, navigate better, right?
That's a
So
great analogy.
and if we didn't know that, we could be flying off a cliff like I did, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I wish I knew. So I started picking up some bits like that, and then there were things about me that I was like, why am I like this? Or why, I was like, I was trying to figure me out. Basically, a lot of my work has been figuring me out and then going, oh, this is how I can help somebody else. Right. So then I started looking at my own birth chart for a while, just trying to understand, oh, what does this house mean? And why is this planet here? And how does this move? So I was literally like playing with stuff that I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then at one, I almost feel like it was like a switch that flipped on, and I started getting some answers, just looking at my chart, like, oh, this, oh, that, and oh, this, and oh. And one of the things that was a real eye opener because none of the systems had answered this for me. I'm a Gemini, sun sign. Geminis are not supposed to be organized or like, have that thing about cleanliness and all that stuff. And I I have gone through almost an OCD in that, like can't take mess and kind of live cleaning and organizing. I could literally like soak in it. Like, so I was always like, why is this like this? When I mean, it doesn't come in the family. There's some degrees, but not to the extent that I was taking it. And then I just was like, what do I do with this? Like, why? And then as I understood the different houses, the rulers of the houses, and what each planet does when it's sitting over there, all of that, and so much made sense to me. So, my Venus is in Leo, sitting in the house of Virgo, and that landed so much information for me because for me, I like things organized, not just organized, they need to look good. I mean, I've always had an eye for color
Mm.
or, interior decoration. And somehow I can really take a place and make it look really nice and pretty, not breaking the bank. So then, as I understood the significance of Venus more, Venus is all about beauty and luxury and harmony, and is one of the ultimate feminine energies in the zodiac. And then Leo is all about sovereignty and royalty, and is also a little bit lazy, which I can attest to. Um, and then in the house of Virgo, Virgo is the one that's disciplined, that's systematic, and all the tasks and all the systems and all. So then I went, oh, this is making sense now. This finally explains why I do some of the things I do. So then I really started channeling and tuning in, just connecting with my own chart, because I didn't want to sit and read books for years. It's not the way I roll. I don't have
I
patience.
don't have patience for that either.
So I just started literally diving only into my own chart. I said, I need to know my chart and understand me as whatever the package I came with. So then I spent a good amount of time just trying to understand my chart, trying to understand some of the degrees, some of trying to understand how this thing rotates and what's my personality, what's outside, what's inside, what kind of a package am I. Um, so it's not whether it's good or bad. I just want to know what it is. So that's when I started playing with that. I started playing with birthday charts, which is called solar return in astrology. That is something that has always fascinated me, and that's where I went into to understand a little bit more. And since I also understand land pretty well, so connecting the energy of where you are with your birthday gives a lot of beautiful energies you can play with. Uh, Understanding the theme of the energy will help you connect with intentions much better and set your
Yeah.
intentions for the year that's coming. So that's where I really took off. I've done a lot of solar return readings for my clients. I actually started painting the energies of the solar return because that's a moment in time. Once it's gone, it's gone. But if you can capture it in a painting, you can then connect with it down the line. So, oh, that's the other thing that happened with this whole astrology piece. As I was understanding the energies of the moon, I started doing some abstract painting when the moon was either in a new moon state or a full moon state as it went through the entire zodiac. So in the course of about a year, I painted 24 different little ones paintings that captured the energy of, oh, full moon in Aries, new moon in Scorpio,
Interesting.
new moon, all of that. So 12 times two, right? So painting started happening as I learned astrology. So yeah.
So you probably thinking right now what that has to do with my problem. Everything is connected. And when you come to Archanaa and you say, here is what I need help with this. She will go back to her box that's full and say, okay, I can use this piece here, this piece there, and then really fill out, organize all the puzzle and help you. It's it's very amazing. Actually, I think now we're gonna talk about your book.
Okay, sure.
When the idea to write this book come out and what the book is about?
Another great question. Again, it was an inspiration that kind of just popped. This was let's see, early 2022 or like end of 2021 and beginning of 2022. That was the time where I went through a major reset in my life. 2021, the second half was something else. Lots of stuff changed. I had to restart, reset everything as I knew it. I mean, this is not the first time, but that was a big one. And I had moved to a rental place that I found. And there I had the inspiration that I was supposed to write a book. And I go, okay, book sounds good, but what about it? What am I writing about? And I didn't realize that a few years ago, one of my mentors had said, hey, you're supposed to be writing books. When are you going to start? And I was like, ha ha ha, not me. I don't know how to write. But then between that and this book, I had already started writing a lot of like content and blogs and creating little videos. So content had started to come, but I didn't think I was getting into a book. And then I thought, oh, me book? I don't think so. So I kind of kept pushing it to the side, just like some of the other ideas. But like I said, intuition is very nice and persistent at the same time, right? Unless you say no, it does not go away. That's what I've learned. Like if I say no, I'm not going to do this, then it kind of just goes away or whatever. It just quietens down till it's time again. Unless you make that decision, it's going to keep reminding you in many different ways. Like, hey, how about the book? Hey, can you write a book? I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know how to get started. La la la. I was like dodging. And while I was dodging, oh, a whole body chill here, because it's true, right? I was dodging. I bumped into another source that publishes books. Like, huh, who knew I was searching for it, right? So
Mm.
it got my interest, and I was like, huh, I wonder why this is here, right? Then I realized, oh, I'm supposed to write a book. And I had no idea what I was going to write. So then I started researching. I connected with some people that publish books, and I finally found one source that would do it end to end, because I knew um, I didn't want to go to five different sources, somebody to write content, somebody to do covers, somebody else to do this, somebody else to do that. That would be a mess. I wanted everything under one umbrella. So I finally found a place that does all of it. And what really helped a lot was I had a coach that actually helped me through the different creation process steps, uh, gave me a lot of ways to organize my thoughts and how to bring it together. So I didn't have the title in the beginning when I first started. All I knew was I was going to write about home and health and heart. And initially, when I started, I was comparing it with the car. I still do, but I kind of changed course later. So if we think about the car that we drive, right?
Mm.
The physical body is like the physical frame of the car, right? The chassis, as they call it. And then the emotional body is like the driver sitting in the car. Happy driver means happy journey. And we know the reverse is also true. So that's how our emotions rule our life. And then, depending on how life is happening, either it's balanced or not. So if, let's say, we load up the car with too many things and everything is falling out of everywhere, the trunk and everywhere else, it's imbalanced. So that's life at some level. Like in one area of our life there's balance, and then there's no balance in other. So that was like the balance. And then um, came the fuel or the gas. That's like the spirit or the soul, right? Even if the car is beautifully maintained and spotless, but if the tank is empty, it's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
So that's where the idea came from. I was like, oh, I could write about this, I could write about that. So that's where it started. And then as I worked with my coach, I began to understand that I need to organize this into sections so it's more relatable for people. And if they're looking for a specific section, they can skip ahead, they can jump ahead and go to that straight. So that's when the whole concept of home, heart, and health came. I put the heart first, I put home second, and I put health the last.
Mm.
Um, that's because it's kind of easy to digest in that sequence. Health is oftentimes the hardest because we have to make a lot more changes in the area of health. A lot of it is deep rooted, sometimes it's persistent. I mean, I've had chronic conditions. I know, I mean, life is different when you're dealing with a chronic issue. And then I put heart first because emotions are something that everybody wants to address, right? Emotional roller coaster. Lot of people who come to me, they will be there. They almost always say, I need to figure out how to deal with these emotions. They drive me crazy. So that's almost like the starting statement for most people I worked with. So I felt that would be the place to start. And home is among the easiest to work on and gives some pretty fabulous results when you work with a home. So that's kind of how I did it. I have
When
one
you
more
say
point.
home, are you talking about your physical home?
Yes, absolutely. That's another gift that came just by itself, opened up in 2015. And before I go there, let me just complete this on the book and I will pause for your questions. So, when I was doing all of this, something else that I was tuning into um, that kind of really landed is the word unshakable, right? And this again is courtesy the red-tailed hawk and Isis working their way, right? I go for a walk one of the days and I'm literally standing less than 5 feet from a hawk that's sitting on the fence. Like just literally less than 5 feet, maybe even 3 feet. Like I have not seen a hawk that close. It was like, wow. I'm just standing there. And initially it was her back was towards me, and then she just turned. And looking at a hawk directly in the eye was like electrifying. And I
Yeah.
went, wow. But it was beautiful. It was like an activation. I could feel my whole spine go zzz. I was like, okay, I don't know what's coming. And then I noticed something. There were a lot of little birds that were like bothering her, right? She's just sitting there, but a lot of little birds are bothering her. She doesn't care. She's just sitting there. And she's just looking at the birds, and then she gives me a look, and then she looks back wherever she was looking at. Didn't bother. And at one point, she just decided it was time to fly and she flew away. And literally 2 days later, I saw a pair of hawks land on a neighbor's roof. Again, I just came out for something. I saw them land together. Again, they did the exact same thing. They're just sitting there. And then there are a lot of birds bothering. They don't care. They're just sitting. And then after some time, they just fly away. 2 days later, again, she lands on my own roof. And I go, oh, wow. Again, this time just very close vision again, right? I just step out, I see her on my roof. And again, this time again, I was able to see eye to eye. And now I'm in like, okay, this is electricity. I don't know what's happening. Same episode, like birds are bothering her. She doesn't care. She just sits for as long as she wants. And then she. So then I'm asking, okay, this has happened 3 times in a row. What's the message? And I get to see it. This is gorgeous. What am I supposed to do?
Mhm.
Then comes the word unshakable. And I realized, oh my goddess, unshakable. Like that's
You
the
never know
energy to.
what's happening outside you.
Exactly. And that's when I realized, oh, that's the switch to flip, right? Because we all have this pretension that, oh, we need to be calm, we need to pretend everything is going good when everything is messy. That's all the pretense outside. Inside is crazy, turbulent, but outside we're trying to pretend. That needs to flip. That needs to change places, right? So that's when I realized, oh, that's what we're talking about. So that's that unshakable concept. And then as I tuned in more, I realized that over the years, my connection to the earth and the connection to the divine, which I kind of held on to with everything going on, that has been the unshakable part of me, like the connection that I've had.
That's beautiful, Archana.
So that's how the title came through. And then I said, when I started, I didn't have any magic potion, I didn't have any secret formulas. And I went through what I went through. And of course, along the way, a lot of them have come through. So if I can do it, I can help anybody do it. So that's why the unshakable you, which means, hey, you can be unshakable too. So here's the formula that came, right? So unshakable heart plus unshakable home plus unshakable health equals unshakable you. Why? Because when all of these are unshakable, you have trust, you feel safe. When you feel safe, you make better decisions. When you make better decisions, life starts to improve, your confidence improves. And when your confidence improves, everybody around you starts to kind of look at you and go, wow, look at you, right? And then success seems to happen. It's like this whole cascade starts to happen. And you're
Yeah,
no longer depending on somebody else. It's like you start taking those remote controls back. So you go, oh, all these little birdies chirping around and jumping around, let them have their fun. I can sit and watch the show. It's okay.
yeah.
So that's how the book title came, and I was in search of the cover for a long, long time. And the symbol that you see there is sacred geometry for the goddess Sri Yantra.
I think I'm gonna show to everyone in on the screen right now. Let me just go straight there. So when I show it, you'll go straight to the, okay. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so you can get it Amazon in the electronic version, the audio version, and of course the hard copy also.
Right. Oh, now I see the audiobook is there as well. So it just
Yeah,
got released today, as you said. It's
yes.
literally
And
today.
I already got it, and with your permission, I'm gonna let it play for about a minute. Is that
Sure.
okay?
Sure. Thank
Let
you.
me know if you can hear. Of my life. I felt very isolated and abandoned most of the time.
Yeah, I can hear
The
it.
roller coaster continued, and I started exploring the esoteric. I realized there was no manual or map to follow. It
I
was
think
just,
it's at 1.5 speed
I
or
will
something.
share
It's
more about
faster.
my path later in this book. Oh, wait a minute. I probably, oh, okay. It's a little too fast. Sometimes I listen like on a fast pace.
Yes, I do that too. That's how I recognized it.
Let's do it the
Kept
right in alignment. The path from mystery to mastery has been intensely fascinating to say the least. I intimately understand the rawness of pain, physical, mental, emotional, and energetic. My quest for personal evolution continues with experiential initiations, activations, trainings, and much more. It has definitely not been a linear path. I've had plenty of successes and breakthroughs. I've had more than my fair share of mistakes and failures. All of these have opened up my intuition and gifts and created an explosion in energies way beyond my imagination and what I thought was possible. I believe in letting go of shame and guilt, so we are worthy of forgiveness. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
And I know you have I will stop sharing right now. I know you have a plan, you are planning an event for October based on the content of your book. Can you tell us more about?
Sure, absolutely. So, um, again, this is inspiration from the goddess, I will say, as I've been playing around and toying around with, oh, what am I supposed to do now going forward and all that good stuff. I had this huge, this time it was a very strong nudge to do an event. October was what was given to me. Um, And so I said, okay, I have done one before. That was before the book was done. So what am I going to do? How is it going to all come together? And I was told, okay, use the book as the framework. So it will be a 3-day virtual event. Virtual means it's going to be on Zoom, just like a lot of other virtual events have been. So people can join anywhere from, from the planet, so to speak.
Every day there will be start Friday to Sunday.
It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then fourth day is going to be an exclusive VIP kind of session for whoever goes into the VIP upgrade options. So it's so again, the 1+3 is another theme that's been coming up in my life. I do a lot with numbers.
Mhm.
So so each of the day is going to be themed from the book, although it's going to kind of distribute. It's not like I'm doing home on one day and heart on one day and health on the other day. It's going to kind of go bits and pieces. With every day, there's going to be a very specific intention. So the content will line up according to that. So, say, for example, um, I believe what I have come up with so far is enabled, activated, and initiated as the three themes for the day. So the content will line up according to those. There will be some deep immersive experiences. You can call them initiations, depending on what comes through. I will be sharing some of the deeper work that I have done, sharing some of those energies and experiences. So you can also go through it and see if that is something that resonates for you. Because at the end of the day, I'm not here to offer like a quick fix or a band-aid. For me, it's all about going deeper. So we address what's causing the issue rather than just put a band-aid on the issue. So it's about going deeper. It's going to be facing some of the shadows and some of the patterns that we don't like to typically see. But then when you see it and work through it, that's when the breakthroughs actually happen, right? I mean, Eleonora is familiar with that work, right? So we all need to go where we don't want to go. So then we can get to where we want to go. So it's going to have
And
a lot of that deeper theme each of the days, and then we'll have a little exclusive for the VIPs as well.
there will be an all-day event, or what's the time? Do you
Uh,
have?
uh, I'm thinking it's going to be from 10 to 4 Pacific time, typically, all 3 days. Yeah, third day it might be shorter, but I'm totally open if there's more question and answers and people want more time, happy to hang out. So, and I also want to give people time to integrate and process. I don't want to overload. I don't want to do like 10 to 10 every day and then, you feel fried after that. It's like, then there's no time to integrate, right?
Yeah.
That's what I see in a lot of the other events I've been through is I don't always get time to integrate and process. And when we go deep with the work that we do, integration time is very, very important.
Yeah.
So whether you're journaling or whether you just want to sit outside or whether you just want to listen to some music and just see what comes through, you need a little bit of processing time between the days so you can come back and ready for more the next day rather than, get overloaded. So the,
And how people can find you to sign for this event?
I will share
On
the
your
link with
website?
you. Yeah, yeah, I will share the link with you for the event. It's a draft version is ready. It's going to be ready in the next few days. But
It's already available, or are you gonna add it to your website?
yeah, it
It's
will be added
available
to my.
right now?
No, no, it will be added to my website.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working on the pages. I mean,
Your website right now so people can see how beautiful it is, and then we go ahead and talk about others of your products. Let me
sure.
see, there you go. Let me start showing the screen again. This way we can talk about your products that's also combined with the services. That's Archanaa. On the homepage, you're gonna see her book. You'll be able to go through, and then she does beautiful crystal jewelries that she energize each one of them. So you're not getting just the jewelry. You are helping the jewelry. You're gonna help you heal and keep your vibration high. You have lots of things, some beautiful jewelries here.
Thank you.
But what I'd like to see are the candles. What are the candles?
If you go to all products under offerings, yeah, all products.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
And then if you scroll down to the left side, you will see intention candles to the left side.
Okay.
Scroll up. Intention candles is the fourth one from top. Fourth or fifth one, all the way up.
Oh, okay, let me see.
All the way up. Go back up.
Oh, I see. It's not,
Oh yeah, just
I
there.
see. I was trying to find in alphabetic order. Okay. It's beautiful. I got the goddess one. I heard that you are combining the candles with meditations.
Yes. So for the chakras, I've already created guided meditation audios that are actually activation audios for each of the chakras. So it's
So
already,
you get this package here for
yeah.
245, and then you get a meditation for each one of the chakras.
Yeah. So that's the combined package. It has the 7 audios and the 7 candles. And then for each of the separate chakras, I have the audio with those as well. I am working on more and more audios and just under, not under, but if you go above where you clicked on intention candles on the left side, Eleonora,
Yes.
I also have guided meditations up there. Like it's
Mm.
further up.
Okay, I see. Guided meditation.
Yeah. So it will list all the meditations that I have so far. I'm working on a few more. It's coming.
Mm.
So this page will just bring all of what we have so far. But I think we have 10 of them right now, and there's a few more coming. Actually, plenty more coming. It's just that they come when the inspiration comes.
So when somebody buy, they just download it to their computer, and then you don't need to go back to the website all the time.
Correct. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, perfect.
yeah, yeah. You were saying something about the candles when I brought you here.
Oh, yes, actually, I'm waiting for the goddess meditation to the goddess candle that I got. So
Yes.
that let me know when you have those.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, that's really, really amazing, Archana. And well done. Your website is beautiful. This is the red rock hawk,
No, that's
the
the
one
eagle.
flying.
That's the
Eagle.
eagle.
Oh, I
Eagle.
see.
And if you go, there are other pages, and the hawk is on one of them. So
Oh, I see. Well, being a little bit hard for me to find right now.
don't worry, we're good. We're good. Yeah, thank you for
I think
bringing
that
this
would
up.
be a good time for us to
Mhm.
start the, let me stop sharing. Would you like to start the chanty?
Sure. Yeah, we can do that. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you okay.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's the type that we're gonna relax. So if you are driving, please save for later, or it's okay if they are driving.
Um, let's see. It's always better to take a few minutes and just sit down when we do any of these, just because the energies that come through sometimes can be very strong. So you want to be sure you're just seated, you're relaxed. That way you're not under any kind of stress or tension, you know,
Yes.
you listen to it. Not just this one, but almost any guided audio. I would definitely say it's good to just sit down and listen
Yes.
to it. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend that because when we create the sacred space and we're bringing in all our divine teams and all their beautiful supportive energies, um, sitting down brings a better connection, a deeper awareness to all these energies. So it's always nice um, to be in that space where you can be aware and connected at the same time.
That's beautiful. You can take as long as you want. We're already on our mark, but you can take as long as you want.
Sure, yeah. So give me a moment. I'm just connecting with the energies. I just close my eyes when I channel, so that's how I roll. Beautiful. So we will start with just creating a sacred space around us. Just imagine this to be a beautiful circle, oval, or an egg shape, whatever is comfortable. You can use any of these shapes and bring in some color. I would say gold. Gold is among the highest color frequencies and is very deeply associated with the divine feminine as well. So bringing in gold energies just heightens that connection and awareness to a whole new level. So bring in your circle, oval, or egg shape all around you. And for those of us that have questions on why this shape and not something else, we're just looking for something that has no sharp edges. And that's something that we can just keep drawing that has no beginning, no end. So these are the three shapes that qualify, which is why we pick one of those. And you are welcome to change to any of them at any point in time. There is no restriction that you have to select one and stick with it or anything like that. So just pick one for now and we'll go with that. And as you create that sacred space around you, the golden circle, we'll call it for now, let it be a little bit bigger than your physical body. So whether you're seated or you're lying down, it doesn't matter. Just let it be bigger than your physical body. So it's completely surrounded in this beautiful golden light. And in this beautiful state of connection, let us bring our awareness to our heart center. And in this heart center, we are going to take a nice deep breath, fill up the lungs, fill up the heart with deep, rejuvenating, divine life force energies. Just have a really nice, expansive breath in. And just hold for a second, bringing your awareness to this heart center. And as you breathe out, just breathe out, let it go, and relax. And with the next breath in, just repeat the same thing, expand, and really fill in those life force energies. Relax and let go of any tension as you breathe out. And with that next breath in, just bring to mind an image of a strong, tall tree, any tall tree, nice and strong. Just connect with that tree, merge with the tree for a second. And as you merge with the tree, this is to help us with the grounding, which we will do in a bit. And then knowing that the tree has our back is very supportive in this journey. And the more grounded we are, the higher we can fly. And for those of us that love to fly up there, it's important to stay grounded as well. So feet on the ground and wings in the sky. So with this, stay with the connection to the tree. And with the next expansive breath that you take, fill up your belly like a balloon. Hold for a second, and as you breathe out, just breathe down and go through your legs, through your feet, You already have roots from the tree, so it's very easy to go down into the earth. So just make your way down deep and wide into the earth, all the way into the heart and the center of the earth. And in this beautiful connection, let's take a moment to offer our gratitude and love to the earth for all her support and healing at all times that she offers to us so unconditionally, no matter what we do, right? Just knowing that connection is always there is a beautiful gift in itself. So just acknowledge that gift and appreciate this strength and support that comes in from the earth. And let's bring those energies back up through the roots, back into the body, and back into your heart. And from that same expansive next breath, let's go upward through the branches, all the way up, up, up to that faraway star, sun, galaxy, wherever you want to go, whatever feels like home. Make a point of reference to what would feel like connecting to source, to divine, or whatever word resonates with you. Feel free to replace it with that. And then bring that beautiful connection back through the different dimensions into your energy body and into your body, into your heart. And in this heart space, we're going to do one more thing while we're here is opening the doors to our inner temple. That's in our heart space. Every one of us has that divine spark, that divine essence in our heart center. And you can think of it like a little crystal temple or a golden temple. Any place of worship that feels sacred to you, that resonates for you, and that's easy. Make it as simple or as elaborate as you like. There's no right or wrong. Whatever feels good for you is good in the moment. And as we open those doors and connect with our own inner divine essence, I'm going to bring in a seed sound for the heart center. And if you're wondering, why am I choosing the heart of all places? That's the center where we hold on to all the emotional baggage. Every time we've been hurt, we shut down a little bit. Every time we've been let down, abandoned, we shut down some more. Every time there's been an abandonment, a betrayal, the shell gets harder. So that is where we carry so much. And the secret to balancing all of this, as we've been talking about, is opening the heart to unconditional love, to compassion, to forgiveness. And we know that it's easier to forgive others, but it almost feels a little impossible to forgive ourselves because there's a million excuses why we don't deserve it. So, with all of that going on, the heart becomes very much like a hard nut. Think of it like a coconut, like the hard outside, but the inner juicy inside. It's still there. It's not gone anywhere. Just got surrounded by a shell. So, in the course of this chanting, we seek to open those doors so we can open ourselves to forgiveness of ourselves too. Bring in more unconditional love and compassion, which then will help us balance our own giving and receiving, our very own inner sacred masculine and divine feminine energies. And when these two energies are in harmony and are able to dance with each other, the life takes on a very beautiful turn for the better. Now, the seed sound is yum, yum like yummy. The yummy juices in the heart So it's literally that. I will chant it a few times. All you have to do is just be with that energy, feel that in your heart center. Nothing to do, just be. And you are welcome to play with it at other times as well, and just feel the difference in your emotions, in your energies, just in the state of the vibration itself when you connect with the seed sound. So the seed sound again is yum. Taking a moment here. Yum. 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 Feel these sounds, letting go of the emotional baggage, inviting you to open those doors to your inner temple so the masculine and the feminine can dance together again. We'll do it one more time. Yum. And as you work with the heart energies, you're opening the bridge between the lower chakras and the upper chakras. So think of the heart as the bridge between heaven and earth. And if you would like to work with some imagery, think of the lotus that's getting ready to bloom in your heart space. And as the lotus emerges and blooms in your heart space, that's when you will feel your divine essence, your inner spark starting to get brighter and brighter. And as we connect and stay connected with this heart space, I do want to chant one more mantra for you, honoring and invoking the sacred masculine and divine feminine energies together. Again, just feel the energy working in your heart space. You don't have to memorize this or do anything with it. Just be open, just receive it, and soak in whatever is coming to you. Satchidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Sameta Shri Bhagavate Namaha. Shri Bhagavati Sameta Shri Bhagavate Namaha. Namaha. Just breathe it in, hold for a second, and let that go. You may feel a little warmth or tingle, or even nothing sometimes, and know that everything is okay. And as you work more and more with the energies, your awareness and sensitivities will also change. And no matter where you are, trust you're doing it right. And the energies are here to support you every step of the way. And as we are in this beautiful sacred space, I'm just going to take a moment to acknowledge and offer our gratitude to all of our divine teams and energies, the beings of light that have been with us in this session. Taking a moment to offer our gratitude and deep appreciation for all their support and all these beautiful energies that have been coming through. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. We love you. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. And you can continue to work with your sacred space, call it in, play with it, connect with it, and build on it. And no matter where you are or what it is that you're getting ready to do next, let's slowly guide you back to coming to wherever you are physically present at the moment, so you can be up and running for whatever it is you want to do next. So with the next breath, bring your awareness back to the building that you're in, wherever that is. And next, as you breathe out, bring your awareness to the room you're in. With the next breath in, bring your awareness to the chair or the couch or the bed or wherever you are seated, whatever that is supporting you. And continue your awareness of what is supporting you as you breathe out. Now with the next breath in, bring your awareness to your body. And as you breathe out, wiggle your fingers a little bit, the toes a little bit, and bring your awareness to your breath. Let's take one more deep breath in, fill up the belly, and breathe out, completely bringing our awareness to where we are in this physical body right now. And take your time, slowly come back, and whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Take your time. Welcome back.
Wow, that's amazing. I feel so much tingling on my crown chakra right now. Something is going on there.
Antenna, your
I don't
antenna
know
just
what.
woke up. That's so fun.
Wow,
Love when
that was
that happens.
amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
We are almost an hour and a half, so I'm gonna ask you for a departure message for us and an invitation to come back.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having me. And thank you for everybody that's joining us, whether live or watching this session later on. So thank you for, being part of our journey. Thank you for giving us your time. Very much appreciated. Yeah, I look forward to, you know, joining the party again, so to speak. And the one piece I will definitely say is enjoy the journey as much as the goal in itself, because once we are on this spiritual journey, we really don't want it to end, right? It's like it's so juicy, it's so inviting. Oh, once you taste it, you want to keep going, you want to keep going. And at the same time, it's important to enjoy the journey as well. So enjoy the journey. The journey matters as much as the destination, or actually, the journey matters even more than the destination. That's what I will say.
Thank you so much, Archana. It was a pleasure to have you here. And you that is here with us, I hope you had enjoyed. You can watch this meditation again and over again. Are you gonna create a portion of this podcast only with the interview if I'm going straight away? And please subscribe to this channel so you can have more of amazing people like Archana and many others, and also when Archana will come back to us. Much love and light to all, and see you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
So I just ended the YouTube.